Hello, everybody. It's Ryan from Pi Records, and I'm here with Chaume from the Chewbaccas. How are you doing, Chaume?
Hi, thanks for having me. Great, thank you.
I've been listening to your albums, especially the 2020 album, uh,
Yep.
and it's really cool. I love the sound effects in the clips that you play in it. It's not exactly surf, but it's really surf inspired. Do you want to talk about what your idea behind the music was?
Oh yeah, it's yeah. As you said, it's more like surf-inspired music. I mean, we've been listening surf music for more than 20 years, and fans of classic bands as the Ventures, Fender 4, Atlantics, or Spanish band like Los Pequeñiques or Los Coronas. There's a big scene in Spain, so we've been into this for a long time. The thing is, once we're going to play, we want to play music, we don't get that classic result, and we another influences comes to us. And for us, we've not tried to avoid these different influences, and we try to mix that in the surf music since the beginning, since the first days. I
Yeah.
think we've never recorded like a classic album, and then we've been changing along the years. Not exactly as we sound now, but from the beginning, we were really focused on this new surf sound.
Yeah, very cool. Some of it's kind of aggressive and high energy. Um,
Yep.
when you play out, is that represented in your show?
I think it's very important for us to get that feeling on the records, because I think that we get that sound live. And not now, we are really happy with this the last album, but it was important for us to take this live energy and move to a record. That's why we used to record live all the records like
Yeah,
at the same time and no different ways. And in the concert, I think we are known because we have a really powerful sound live, really strong
yeah,
and really sounding like one big thing, like
yeah,
really big thing sounding.
yeah,
And we always have been a band who has worked a lot in the rehearsal hall, like spending a lot of hours to get that perfect match with the bass, with the guitar and the drums. Because yes, we're a trio, and just with three guys, you need to be really accurate to get that feeling.
yeah. I love to hear that bands record live.
Yeah,
It just has a different energy than if everybody plays separate.
yeah, we think so.
Um, so I want to ask about that guitar in the background.
The
Could you describe it for me for our listeners?
guitar, sorry.
Yeah, the guitar behind you.
Ah, that's my old Charvel surf ghost. It's a guitar I have like 20, 20 years ago, something like that. Now I'm playing, it's the one I used to play at home. Now I'm using Fender Jazzmaster,
Oh, okay.
but
So,
that's a really cool guitar. Oh, a really,
oh yeah.
that's a really nice guitar.
Oh, it's a Charvel.
Yeah, Charvel Surfcaster.
That was the first guitar I bought with my summer job movie when I job my summer job money when I was a kid. It was my first guitar where it's a Charvel.
Yeah, it's a kind of a really short edition with Charvel, and I mean it's not as powerful. I record like all the records, but the last one with this guitar. The thing is now I got the Jazz Master. I'm really happy with the tone of it, and I've been offered a lot of money to sell this guitar, it's not like a big, it's really, really pretty and it's really easy to play, but it's not like a high standard guitar. The thing is at Charvel, I think they build a few ones, so it's like a collector thing.
Yeah, it's
I
beautiful.
think. I think I'm not really into the guitars and gear thing.
Yeah,
I always use Fender, and I'm not really a technician with that thing.
yeah. Do you use really thick strings on your Jazzmaster?
Yeah, now I'm playing like 11 and 52.
Yeah, it sounds really, really, really full.
Yeah, we have a vintage freak luthier in here, really close to our place, and I have one. He's always giving good advices about how to set up the instruments, and he was talking me about these strings. So I said, okay, put that one on. I'm gonna try it, and I love the sound I get with that.
It's hard on the fingers at first, right?
Yeah, I think in the some years ago, I think I was playing with 54 or 55, and that was crazy.
Oh wow.
And but now, okay, I went back to 50, and now with 51, I feel comfortable with that. I mean, it's not really. I'm a bit used to that.
Awesome. So I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. I have been since I
Yeah.
was a kid. I saw the first movie when I was 4 years old in the movie theater.
Yeah.
So what is the story about the name of the band?
I think Nacho, which is my bass player, and we create the band like when we were in high school, when we were like 16 years old. In that age, I mean, in that it's like 1992. Star Wars wasn't as big as now. I mean, we were
Right.
fans of the first movies, and we have all these little toys and everything
Yeah.
from when we were kids. But in '92, it was not a really big thing.
Yep.
It was a kind of cult movie, not not as much as a cult movie, but it was really '80s, and we were in the '90s.
Yeah.
And we were huge fans. And when we created the band, we were quite sure about the thing we want to do. We knew we were going to sing, and we find out that Chewbacca was perfect for us. I mean, in that age, in that year, we were hairy, and we don't want to say a word, and say, okay, that's it. That's it with the style we want to have. And he was rude, and it was perfect for us. The thing is, like, then all the new movies came, and it was okay. It's like a fashion thing, but okay, we were with the name before that.
Yeah. So
But okay, we're happy with the name.
yeah, it's a cool name. It's a cool name for a band too. So describe your music. If you had to describe the influences and the nature of your music, meaning if you had to put a style to it, what would you call it?
I mean, we always like to, it's difficult, and I think not a lot of musicians like to tag their music. Okay, we would like to define ourselves like instro-galactic or instro-surf or something like that. I mean, in this scene, we find there are a lot of purists that may get offended if we say we are a surf music,
Yeah.
and we don't want to offend anyone. So, I mean, we know we are not 100% surf music. That's what we were talking about before. Like, it's been a big influence at the beginning, and it's always in our mind. But when we play, we don't get that, like. So I don't know. I'm happy with Instro Galactic or Instro Rock or whatever. The thing is music with no singer, and always looking for the perfect melody,
Yeah.
which
Go ahead.
it's difficult. The surf music used to have like different harmonies, and we always look for a sort of uncomfortable note, you know. Surf always tries to be sweet and close the circle, and we always like to leave that open and play more with the rhythms, not always four by four, always playing with another breaks or silence or things like that.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, it's like a kind of no, I not the bad guy of the surf music. I mean, surf music is sweet, can be powerful. I mean, it's not powerful, but in harmonics, always it's different. It's more like a round.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah, yeah. And it's apparent that rhythm is an important part of your music when you listen to it.
Yeah.
And I suggest everybody does. Who are some of the great rhythm players that you look up to?
Guitar players or players?
Yeah, guitar players.
I mean, from all the bands I've been playing along the years, I always get crazy with Eddie Angel. I mean, Stray Jackets, any one of them. I love them, the way they play, because I mean, they don't look really technical, but they play fucking amazing. In Spain, we have an amazing guitarist called Mario Cobo, which has been in the rockabilly and surf scene for years. And of course, my beloved Guitars of Manor Astroman.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's been always for me like the example. And it's the same. He doesn't look, Brian doesn't look like so technical, but he plays amazing. And he has his own style.
Yeah.
I'm more in the guitars with you know, like a really feeling of the rhythm in the right hand.
Yeah.
Not as much as the speed in the left hand. You know, it's more like intensity and the combination of both hands, not always going fast or things like that. I never look at that.
Yeah, sometimes your strumming hand can help with the tempo, the aggression, as opposed to just playing fast with your left hand, right?
Yeah, I'm not really fast, but I try. But I mean, I'm happy with my best player, which always fill all the blanks. So it's great to have him and try to mask all my mistakes. I'm not a really big technical guitar, but I mean, I'm happy because we've been playing for 20 years. We record some records and we're getting fun with this.
Now, speaking of your records, when I looked you up, I saw that you put your own music out. Is that correct?
Sorry?
You put your own music out without a label. You put it out on your own.
No, our last record, it's released by Sharawahi Records.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and we're really happy with them because they are really into this scene and they work really hard for the bands, and we are really happy with them. And
that guy is constantly working.
Yeah, always working with this. He's crazy with the thing, and we have really cool bandmates in the company. I mean, they are really nice bands. Really nice band. We're really happy with discovering a lot of new bands, and he's always looking for new bands too. And yes, we 5,000 light years away from Digit Zero, which is the record we published in 2002 or something like that. We have a company here, in a Spanish company, not into the surf music. It was like a kind of alternative music. Okay, but we've never been in a big company. But I mean, it's not an issue for us.
That's cool. Congratulations on that, by the way. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's okay. We're really happy with Sharawahi, and he made a really big effort to get this vinyl done with all the finishes, and it's a great piece of work. The last album with Sharawahi.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I want to talk a little bit about the scene in Spain. You said there were a lot of bands there. I know the surf community is a really inclusive community where there's all sorts of different types of bands that get together and play. What's the surf community like in Spain?
It's great. I mean, I think it's Spain has a really it's big tradition with the surf music. Uh, mm, we have a lot of bands. Not when we start playing, it was really a weird thing. Or like it was not usual to play instrumental music. But then in the 2000 or something like that, Los Coronas, which is a really cool surf music band, they start getting famous and they help us to grow. And then we have really cool festivals in our city, in Valencia. We have Surforama Festival, which is one of the biggest in Europe. I mean, it's crazy. All the bands we've seen here, like Eddie Bertrand, all the American classics have been playing here, and that's great. And people, it's getting used to that, and they don't ask anymore, why don't you sing? Because in our city it's not a really big city, but it's more like 700,000 people. But there are many instrumental bands, and we can play with them, and we can organize some gigs, and people answer good. People react good to this kind of instrumental music, of surf music. There's always people, and we're quite happy about the situation right now, much better than 20 years ago. And I think Valencia, the city where we live, is one of the, I mean, not capital, but there's a lot of people like surf music.
That's great. That's
Also,
great.
also in Spain.
Yeah. So, um, as far as that festival goes, how far away do people come just to see the show?
To this Surforama
Yeah.
from Norway, Germany, France, Italy. Crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
Have you guys taken a trip down to the Surfer Joe Festival?
Super Joe, no, not now. My bass player and our actual drummer, they both played with Aphonics, which was on a crazy surf classic band, and they have been playing in Surfer Joe and also in 101 in California.
Oh, Surf Guitar 101?
Yeah, they play like I think 4 or 5 years ago. They have this classic, super classic surf music band. They sound fantastic, and they've been playing in all these festivals. Not Chewbacca. I don't know if perhaps, well, Surfer Joe is open to new kind of bands like Daikahu or these kind of bands, but
Yeah.
by now we haven't been invited to play there. Anyway, I'm waiting to finish all this COVID situation and travel there, because it's like a 2 hours plane trip, so it's really close from here.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So,
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about the pandemic so much because it's a music interview, but
Yeah.
how close are you guys to opening up and getting back to shows?
Last week they offered us to play perhaps a gig in our city, in one of the really cool places to play in July, which is not really a common month to play in where we live. We are really to the beach, so people in summertime they run away from the city and go to the beach. But with this special situation, I think they're gonna be organizing gigs all the summer, and we've been say to play in July, which is cool. We're not really happy, I guess, like any musician, to play with people in chairs and all that situation. But I think it's a way to help all the people from the clubs and to try to keep it alive.
Yeah.
We are happy because where we live now, situation is really good right now. We have a really low incidence, and things seems to start again, to be moving again, which is great. And in October we've been said we're going to play in Madrid in a festival. So okay, cross fingers, and let's see if things go cool and we can go back. It's been difficult for musicians, like for many reasons that all know. But one thing for us, I guess for all of us, it's like you try to keep all your routine of rehearsing, like playing a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you don't have like a recording in mind or a gig in mind, it gets difficult to keep in that routine,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's hard for us because we've been recording in homemade recording previous, because we want to record something in the end of the year. We've been recording, but you get tired, you know, it's not the same. If you're gonna
Yeah.
play live, you get motivated to push it more.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of keeps the momentum going.
Yeah, but now, okay, now if July it's good, we have to start working again and keep all the. I mean, we used to play like live all these movie samples.
Uh-huh.
We have a theremin in the stage, so we have to
Oh,
organize really good all the set for the gigs, because we are three. We don't have anyone helping us, so we have to organize really good with sometimes in advance. We have to organize all the set and everything we want to play, because okay, put this sampler, and perhaps one song has 4 or 5 movie samples, so you don't want to move it everything, you know, like change it.
I didn't
So we like to make a really good set list and then work on it.
I didn't notice the theremin in it. How do you guys incorporate that?
I mean, we have in live, we have like a kind of a structure, you know, like has some kind of cables and LED light. And we place we bought a really cheap theremin, really cool. It's like an old radio, you know, and we put it in this structure so people can see it. And Nacho and myself, you know, with the guitar, we try to play it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's the only way we can do it, because we always are playing, you know, never stopping, you know, because like always play. There's no blank space to make art with the theremin. So it's like Nacho has a controller, like a kind of MIDI controller with an iPad, so he can see all the sample movies. So many things going on, and the things is like when we play live, we like to make like a kind of join 3 or 4 or 5 songs, so don't stop.
Yep.
So everything we finish, there's a sample with the movie. We start, we finish with some theremin, another sample, and then we try to make a big thing. If we are allowed to do that, or the club have the option, we have this big projector, like, you know, like a movie.
Get the projector.
Yeah, so we like to put images in the behind us. So it's kind of a big movie, you know, big movie thing. Not talking. We never talk to the audience. We don't have a mic in the stage. So the only communication is like the samples and everything. We like to create this atmosphere, like it was a kind of to the movie.
Yeah.
A really noisy movie, but a movie.
So I would totally love to see you guys come to America, because I would love to see you guys play that theremin the way you were describing.
No, but we just try to get some sound of it, you know. It's not like a kind of really theremin player. It's like crazy. It's like we have connected to a delay pedal or echo pedal, so we get this sci-fi thing, you know.
Yeah, totally.
We love that. I mean, it's really noisy. I like that.
So where can people get a hold of you, and how can they get copies of your record? And if they want to message you about a show, or just talk to you, find a little bit more about your music, how can people get a hold of you?
I think you can get all our material in sharawahirecords.com, which is the website from our company. They sell everything. And if you want to contact us, we are a bit old, so we use Facebook a lot. You know, it takes me some time to answer to the Instagram, and Facebook or Instagram. We are happy to answer anyone. We have this email, which I think nobody uses now. It's info at chewbacca.net but okay, there are many ways. We have this site, which is also an old-fashioned thing, but we are happy with our website. It's chewbacca.net.
Okay, awesome. Is there anything you'd like to add before we sign off? Anything you want to promote or just tell the viewers?
No, I'm really happy to be invited to talk to you and people from the States, and really happy to get to more people that perhaps don't know Chihuahua. And that's it. Really happy to see how surf scene is growing and growing and growing all around the world.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Well, thank you so much, and I just want to thank you for your time and the music. I love it, and I highly recommend anybody who's listening to check out the Chewbaccas, and they're on Charawaji Records. And thank you so much.
Thank you to you. It's been a pleasure to be with you.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.